Welcome back to part 2, episode 17 of Tombstone TV. And next up we have women's singles action. After defending their championships last night successfully at the Masquerade Brawl, we have such controversy around this result. I'm going to go into this real quick. This is a singles match for Grace Angels. She will be taking on Nurse Dee Ceased in singles action. If you saw the Masquerade Brawl, the Angels, the Lord's Angels, were defending their championships against First Response. And Lord and Xavier, while outside the ring, was caught laying hands on Fire Person Sam, resulting in a disqualification. The Lord has not apologized, been not apologetic about this, mentioned that the non-binary nightmare is gender neutral, but that wasn't the problem. It wasn't that this was a man striking a woman. This was someone interfering in a match. The referee stopped the match, so your winners, First Response, won the match, but not the championships due to champion's advantage. So if Nurse Dee Ceased can pin Grace here tonight, they will get a tag team match coming soon on Tombstone TV. And if First Response can get a pinfall victory over Lord's Angels, they will then get a chance at those championships again at Violent Night. But what's interesting here, folks, we know a lot of the combatants were upset with the actions of Lord and Xavier at the Masquerade Brawl, and it seems like the Doctor is one of them. The Doctor, Dermot Allergy, has made his way down to the ring here to stand beside friends Nurse Dee Ceased and Fire Person Sam. If the Lord tries to interfere, no doubt in my mind the Doctor will put him to sleep. So there's a lot on the line here for Nurse Dee Ceased. If she can win, they'll get a tag match for First Response versus the Lord's Angels. It'll be non-title, and if they can win that, it'll go on to the Violent Night for the championships. If Grace can beat Nurse Dee Ceased tonight, it puts an end to the whole thing. Back of the line go First Response. First count, and ref goes down, and it's a kick out at 1. You can see the Lord looking on with Faith by his side. Grace with a big spine buster, taking Nurse Dee Ceased down. Look at this, catching the hair and just whipping Nurse around the ring. Kick to the back of the head and a stomp to the face. The Nurse might need to see the Doctor after this one. Grace with the big right hand, another right hand and an elbow to the face. This is the first time we're seeing Grace here in singles action as she catches Nurse by the hair and just whips her around the ring. Oh, look at this big bear hug. You don't get to become a nurse without studying the anatomy, so Nurse Dee Ceased knows what she's doing in the ring here, folks. Studying alongside Dr. Dermot Allergy. She knows how to hurt because she knows how to heal. Big clothesline. Grace takes Nurse Dee Ceased down. And again, just whipping the hair and just tossing Nurse around the ring. Grace now stomping at the face of Nurse Dee Ceased. Nurse whips Grace into that turnbuckle. Tree of Woe position. And Nurse uses her feet and just driving her foot into the chin of Grace. Nurse dropping to the outside, no doubt in my mind, talking trash to Faith and to Lord. Can't quite hear what she's saying, but I can imagine there's a few expletives in there. And look at this, just answering back, tossing Grace around herself, dropping an elbow, making the Lord watch. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, look at these multiple punches to the face. The referee's counting both these women out. Refs count up to 5. Grace now balanced precariously on that barricade, gets out of the way, and look at the athleticism of Grace. Refs count up to 7 as Grace whips Nurse into the barricade. Ref up to 8. Nurse better get into the ring. Or is Grace going to steal a victory here and prevent the First Response from getting an opportunity at the championships at Violent Night? Nurse will do very well to... Oh my god! And just like that, Grace Angels picks up the victory, the count-out victory, meaning First Response do not get to challenge for the tag team titles. They are at the back of the line. We're going to have to find new tag team number 1 contenders in the women's division, and luckily for that, upcoming is a tag team match between Beach Force and the Dancer Sisters. The only 4 teams in the division will be featured tonight, so your new number 1 contenders will be determined, but it'll either be Beach Force or the Dancer Sisters, and that match is up next, where we will determine new number 1 contenders for the Lords Angels CWS World's Tag Team titles. Join us for part 3 here at episode 17 Tombstone TV.